Hi, this is my brother Jack.
Hi.
Say hi. I'm excited to see how students at UCLA operate. Are they different? I guess. I don't know. What's the reference group? I have no idea. We're pretty much kind of late for class as usual. It's a lot of walking. Not even halfway yet. Do I look like a tourist holding his camera? Because I am. I think we're just gonna do like a simple Q&A maybe if you guys have any questions. Lifestyle or vlogging in general if you guys have any. Okay, a little bit about myself then. My name is Ivan and I am originally from Malaysia. I do skincare and makeup videos on YouTube.
How did you get started?
Actually, one of my friends a couple years ago had a setup and she was already like filming. I was just assisting, I guess, and just watching her. And that day itself, I just like used her makeup and just uploaded my first video. Is anybody here like interested in like vlogging or like doing YouTube? Don't be shy.
Between YouTube and Instagram, which platform do you like using more?
I like both. The thing with Instagram is it's faster. On YouTube, you get to hear them speak, you get to know more about them. So I would definitely say go for YouTube.
Do you have a lot of pressure making videos from, like, for your fans, or like how much like pressure do you feel like you have?
I would be lying if I said I didn't have some pressure. When I started till now, I make videos when I feel like it, and that's when I feel the most inspired and feels right to me. And I find that a lot of creators or influencers that make videos do genuinely like it. I think that making content, videos, photos, whatever you're doing should be for yourself first and then relating to other people. You should put out whatever feels right and the audience will come. So a lot of people are afraid of rebranding themselves or putting content that is not advertiser friendly or not friendly to their current audience. But I would say there's 7 billion people in this world. Audience is there. Like whatever you put out there's gonna be an audience. We're on a tangent.
How do you define K-beauty and like what does it mean to you?
K-beauty. That's super complicated and I still talk to my friends about it. I find that for me personally, K-beauty is products from Korea. For a lot of people it's like trends and certain aesthetics I feel like go towards more K-beauty, but all in all I don't like the word K-beauty. Personally, I mean, I just don't like the word K-beauty because in America I feel like it sort of reduces people to like you're just K-beauty. I don't know how to put it because in Sephora, I used to work at a Sephora, so I used to like put up the gondolas and the posters like at 6 in the morning or something, and there was like huge K-beauty posters, and it would be like an Asian woman with like the traditional like, I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, it's the one that we have, I think, on our Facebook group page, that picture.
Yeah, so I was like, this is not what like Asian people look like now, so like what does it mean? So you can do a lot of looks with American products and you can do like K-beauty looks with American products also, so it's like, I understand why people use it just because it's easier for like the general American public to be sort of introduced to more Asian aesthetics, I guess. But really you can just call it beauty. It's just beauty, right? Yeah.
How much do you spend on like makeup for your videos?
I don't know, like if I have like a foundation, concealer, blush, eyeshadow, lip color, maybe like over 100. I remember like a long time ago I was watching Michelle's video. She was like shopping for a lot of stuff at CVS. She showed the receipt of what she bought and it was like a lot of money. And then some comment like, well, you know, not a lot of people have that kind of money and you're just like showing off. You invest for your craft and you invest for what your job is. It's her job, right? And a lot of people don't think that it's like your real job. Even a lot of YouTubers, you invest for your craft and you wouldn't be mad or be upset if somebody invested in their education for their career in the future, and it's the same thing. So if you really are passionate about it, invest in it, spend some time, learn about it, and don't feel bad.
How do you like keep your like mental health like in check when like you're friends with so many like big names and you try not to compare yourself to them?
I think in general, in every aspect of life, and not just YouTube. I think YouTube is a little bit easier to compare just because there are numbers involved. But I feel like in life, you always do compare a little bit to your peers and your best friends. And all in all, you just learn to be content with what you have and not look for other people. I think a lot of it is in the scope of what's popular at the moment and who fits the current popular type of content. But there comes your time, and then you have your own like sort of niche of people that support you. So I think in general, just be thankful and be content in what you have, and instead of like chasing for what you don't have, just like cherish what you do have. And sometimes when you're chasing so much, it's easy to lose track of that. Like I always look back to a year ago to what I accomplished versus what I have accomplished now, and I think that helps me a lot in terms of like I've made progress. And I think that in life, things come to you as you deserve. So if you put the work in it, you work hard at it, it will come to you. And if it doesn't, then it might not just be the right time for you, and your time will come. And I feel like in terms of YouTube, there's a space. Like I said before, there's 7 billion people in the world. Don't be afraid that somebody's going to take your audience. And a lot of those YouTubers are great, and they're such nice people. So it's hard not to feel happy for them when they reach like certain milestones and stuff.
I really like your videos, and I remember watching one of them where you talk about like how you kind of got into a dead end in life. So how did like makeup, or if not, what helped you like build your confidence after?
That was funny because I did go to I was going to UC Davis, and then I went there for 2 semesters, and I felt like I was sort of stuck in terms of, because I do feel like us, well, you guys are younger than me, but us in general, we're not given that long of a time to decide what we want to do for the rest of your life. When you're in school, things are very routine. You wake up, you get coffee, you go to school, you do this, and then you sleep, and then it's the next day, and then you continue. I was in community college for 3 years, and I really wasn't thinking. I was working part-time, I was doing YouTube a little bit, going to school, and really it was just like routine, and I wasn't really present at that time. And then when I was in Davis, it just hit me all at once. Like I remember distinctly, it's either I finish this video for a deadline or I finish studying for my finals, and I chose to do YouTube. I tanked that final, and I realized like it didn't really make me feel bad. It made me feel bad because I was letting my professor, my family, or my friends down, because that's what they expect of me when I went to school. But it didn't really make me feel bad inside, because I was like, this is my achievement, and this is also an achievement if I wanted it. So I think like taking 10 minutes a day and really refocusing on what you want to do for the rest of your life. People don't really think that. I was like, maybe it's not for me because I don't feel comfortable like doing that. I chose the major just like that when I was younger. So really take time to really refocus. Don't be afraid to like mess up during this time, because you don't want to mess up when you're 30 or 40 and then realize like, oh shit, like you know, everything's like not right. I feel like my previous generation, people that are older, like 5 years older, 8 years older, they're sort of in a slump where like they don't know where to go, but they already made a life there. You know, they're married, they have kids or adopt kids, or they're working in a kind of high position, but like not where they want to be, but they hate it. I feel like people think that's the norm, just to accept life as it is, but it's really not in life. Like you should fight for happiness, and any amount of money or any amount of like status won't give you that happiness, and that's just it. Oh yeah, the question was, how did I get word? Okay, so I came down here honestly pretty penniless, and I was like in a bunch of debt from going to school up there. Books are expensive. And then I already put down my deposit for my rent up there, and I just lost everything. Moved in with my best friend, and at that point really I would say depressed. I don't throw the word depressed around a lot. There were days when I woke up and I realized like, wow, there's like no point of going forward. But slowly I surrounded myself with people that understood me, instead of like, there's a difference when you sort of unload on somebody, probably not the best word, when you like express yourself to somebody, there's a difference between like being understood versus being judged and being pitied. And I tend to stay away from people that used to pity me for dropping out, and instead like people that truly understood what I was going through and truly like felt how I felt. So I just surrounded with people like that, and realizing that, you know, a piece of paper from school is well, you guys are in school, so that's great. For me, all in all, I think moving towards what makes you happy will help you every day, waking up and feeling like, yeah, I got it. Like, I don't know, like, I never had that before. Only until after I started like doing more of what I like to do and saying no to certain things when people told me it was the right thing to do. It's like, it might be the right thing to do for you, but it's not the right thing for me.
What advice would you give people who want to pursue a career in something like creative?
This not only pertains to like media or YouTube or whatever, but every aspect in life. I feel like the biggest difference between two people or one person versus the rest is just doing it. If you want to do it, just do it. And that's the easiest advice I can get, because a lot of people ask me like, how do you do YouTube, or how do you start YouTube, or how did you manage to do this and this and this? And then the reason, I just tell them like, out of 10 of my friends, I'm the only one that went for it. So if you believe in something, do it, because not a lot of people will. A lot of people tell me like they want to start vlogging, they want to start doing this. I always ask them, why not? Why don't you start? Start small and you learn, and then slowly it just becomes a skill that you have. I talked to a bunch of YouTubers that are younger than me, and they're more successful than me. I asked them like, aren't you afraid of what if like YouTube just crashes? Or Instagram just crashes? You don't have a platform anymore. And what are you going to do? Because you don't have a degree, you don't have outside of job experience, or like what are you going to do? And she told me, you know what, Ivan, like, life's too short to think about the future, because if I didn't do what I was doing right now, I wouldn't be close to 1 million subscribers. Like, if I didn't go for it, then I wouldn't be where I am, because she said, in all jobs in the world, there's no real security. There just isn't. Like, you think there is. And she said, the skills that I have now from vlogging, from editing, and from my social skills, meeting other people, like talking to brands, communicating with PR, all those things are skills, right? And people don't think of it as skills because it looks so fun. And she said, when the time comes when YouTube and Instagram crashes, I'll have the skills that I had from here, and I'll move on to the next platform. And I'll move on to the next platform. It's really true. You can do anything in the world and not be obsolete, as long as you're willing to learn what's out there. And that's the only way in any job you are at, because tech moves fast, media moves fast, YouTube definitely moves fast, social media moves fast. So in whatever you do, like, as long as you're willing to learn, and really be willing to learn, you'll be okay. So we just finished with the lecture. It's really fun.
It was really good.
Yay.
Good job. We're gonna go to the Bruin Bear and then the LGBT Center on campus.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. You did? Oh my gosh. Alright, just walk.
I'm going to school, guys.
Oh my gosh, wait.
Just in school. So what are some like funny UCLA terms? Well, I know like you see lots of Asians.
UCL gay.
Yeah, UCL
That's the one that I've heard recently. People say UCLA, but UCLA is like actually how they call it in Latin America. Like they're like, oh, you go to UCLA, and I'm like, okay.
UCLA campus is really nice. This is the UCLA store, right? I kind of want to get a souvenir. Fun.
Keychain or something.
No, I want socks. Ooh, fragrance free. They have Clinique here. Ooh, look, they have K-Beauty in the UCLA store. Cool. I like that. I want these.
That's not
These
UCLA.
are cute. It is.
No, it's not.
It's like blue and yellow, right?
That's not our blue or yellow.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
This is my child.
Oh, yeah, you should get one.
Nah. I'm gonna get a pair. I like these. These are so cute. Shortcut to how you achieve the glass skin look is sort of like run around a little bit, and you have like some sort of dew.
I think it's called sweat.
Called radiance.
Radiance.
Oh, where's the coffee place?
Like upstairs, or there's a basic one here.
I'm okay with basic. I just need my coffee. I'm home now. I had a really fun time at school, and just brought me back to the days for when I guess wake up, go to school, get ready, and you know, walking down school hallways. I wish I was still in school. Also not, because I remember all the assignments and stuff. I really had a great time, so thank you Professor Kim for having me, and thanks Jack for inviting me to his class to speak. We really had a great time. Want to do more talks like that in the future, and of course continue doing it on my YouTube too, because I feel like I do love beauty and skincare and makeup. There's more stuff that I really believe in, and there's more things that I want to address. I just want you out there watching to know that there's somebody here that wants you to be happy, and this little corner of YouTube or whatever. And I really believe that if you truly are doing what you're passionate about, then happiness will come. And be true to yourself and not lose that spark of what people think you're crazy. Like, let them judge. Who cares? As long as you're not hurting anyone and you're fully expressing yourself, I think that is what's gonna propel you into happiness and doing more in the world. How are you? Oh, she loves it. Oh. Rub your belly. Rub your belly. Rub your belly. Oh, she loves it. You love it. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.